Hey guys, so today I want to talk about something really important and pretty serious, and that is the sometimes subtle and not so common signs of a stroke. So, most of us have probably heard the term FAST, FAST. F stands for facial drooping, A for arm weakness, S for speech difficulty, and T for time to call 911. But here's the thing, strokes don't always show up in this textbook way with all the classic signs. So I want to talk to you about some of the less obvious signs and symptoms of a stroke that often get missed. Sudden confusion or disorientation, or just feeling off, like excessively tired or fatigued, unable to think clearly, or having trouble understanding simple things. This is a big one because I have heard so many of my patients describe feeling exactly like this before their stroke, but ended up ignoring their gut instincts and opted to just lay down, rest, and wait it out, which later, of course, only caused them to miss critical early treatment and possibly worsen their condition. Here's another one, sudden severe headache, especially if it comes out of nowhere with no known cause, right? Unexpected dizziness, loss of balance, or trouble walking. Not just being unsteady, but severe imbalance. Anything that's not normal for you, okay? Vision changes, blurry vision, double vision, sudden trouble seeing in one or both eyes, sudden numbness or weakness in one part of the body, not just the arms. It could be like in your leg, your torso, or your face. These signs might not trigger our brains to immediately think, oh no, I might be having a stroke, the way like sudden facial drooping probably would, but they can absolutely be stroke symptoms. So time really matters. For every minute a stroke goes untreated, they say more brain cells can die. So getting help fast can save your life or the life of someone you know, and it can reduce the risk for long-term disability. Now, here's an even bigger truth that may be hard for some of you to hear, but it needs to be said. So here it is. Research shows that women and minority patients are more likely to have their symptoms dismissed or misdiagnosed when they go to the emergency room. According to studies, women often report atypical symptoms, things, meaning symptoms that aren't as common. So they may not be taken as seriously as a male patient. Black, Latino, and Indigenous patients also face systematic biases that can lead to significant delays in stroke diagnosis and treatment, right? For example, a patient who might otherwise have been eligible to receive TPA, which is that clot busting medication that can stop a stroke in its tracks, but must be given within 3 hours of the first signs of a stroke. Yeah, that patient would be out of luck. Meaning, these disparities have real consequences, including higher risk of disability, which I've already mentioned, and death from the stroke for these groups. So here's what you can do for yourself and for those you love. Listen to your body always. If something feels seriously wrong, trust that feeling. Number two, speak clearly and assertively with healthcare providers. It's not always easy to do, but you have to do it. And if you need to, bring a friend or a family member with you to help you advocate for yourself, for the services and the treatment that you need. You can say things like, I'm worried this could be a stroke, or these symptoms started suddenly and are getting worse. These are things that might kind of put a little heat under them and make them move a little faster, right? If a medical professional isn't taking you seriously, ask for a second opinion, ask for imaging, ask to be seen by a neurologist specifically. You deserve answers. Again, a stroke doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it starts with these very subtle signs that we've talked about. And knowing these signs could save your life. And if you're a woman or from a minority community or both, your voice matters. So don't be afraid to advocate for your care. And lastly, I have to touch on the rising incidence of what's being called young stroke that's happening in the US. And when I say young, I'm talking about strokes happening to seemingly healthy people ages 18 to 44. I mention this because this is an age group that is probably most likely to ignore signs of a stroke, right? Because, of course, I'm young or I'm fit or strokes only happen to old people. And yet the numbers don't lie. 1 in 7 strokes in the US fall into that 18 to 44 age range. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. The causes can be anything from poor diet, lack of exercise, excessive use of energy drinks, nobody talks about that, or excessive use of other substances. So, again, know the signs and take immediate action if you or someone you know experiences any of these not so common signs of a stroke. And as always, if you found this helpful, please share this information with your friends and family. It's just anyone you think who would benefit from this, because knowledge is only powerful if we use it. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this, and I truly hope that this was helpful. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more DIY videos to help you along the way in your stroke recovery. Struggling at home? Have a question? Leave me a comment. I'm here to help.